The diner was buzzing that morning. Plates clattering, laughter echoing, conversations overlapping. But when an old man walked in, his clothes shabby, his steps slow, the air shifted. Whispers started. Snickers followed. And then the mockery began. What no one expected was that a single waitress, standing up for him, would change everything. Because sometimes, justice doesn't come from the powerful. It comes from the ones who dare to speak when others stay silent. He looked about 70. His coat was worn, the fabric thinning at the elbows. His shoes were scuffed, and his hands trembled slightly as he held his hat. The old man shuffled to the counter, lowering himself onto a stool with effort. His eyes, though tired, carried a kind of quiet dignity, as if life had beaten him down, but never broken him. "Coffee, please," he said softly to the waitress. Some of the younger customers at a nearby booth smirked. "Bet he can't even pay for it," one muttered under his breath. The others laughed. The waitress, her name was Emily Carter, 24, with a tired apron and determination in her eyes, pretended not to hear. But she heard, and she wasn't about to let it slide for long. As the old man sipped his coffee, the mockery grew louder. "Look at that coat," one of the men sneered. "Did he fish it out of the trash?" Another added, "I'll be surprised if he even tips. People like that never do." Their laughter echoed, bouncing across the diner walls. The old man kept his head down, staring into his cup. His shoulders slumped, his silence saying more than words ever could. Emily's hands tightened around the coffee pot. She'd worked here long enough to see cruelty come and go, but something about this moment dug into her heart. Finally, Emily walked over to the booth. Her voice was calm, but there was steel underneath. "Is there a problem?" she asked. The men smirked at her. "Not unless you count charity cases sitting at the counter." One of them chuckled. Emily's jaw tightened. "His name is Sir to you," she said firmly. "And while you're here laughing, he's done more for this town than you ever will." The laughter stopped. The men exchanged confused looks. The old man glanced up, startled. For years, he had been ignored, dismissed, invisible. And now, someone had spoken for him. One of the men scoffed. "What's that supposed to mean?" Emily crossed her arms. "That man you're mocking? He's Mr. Thomas Avery. And if you enjoyed walking into this diner on a paved road, you might want to thank him. He helped build half the roads in this county back when he worked for the city." The diner grew quiet. Forks paused midair. Customers leaned in to listen. The men shifted uncomfortably, but Emily wasn't finished. "And when the flood hit 10 years ago, guess who spent 3 days straight helping families get to safety? Him." No cameras, no applause, just a man doing what was right. The men tried to laugh it off. Sure, maybe he did all that back then. But look at him now. Just another old man barely getting by. Emily's eyes flashed. "And what about you?" she asked sharply. "What will people say about you when you're his age? That you mocked people from the comfort of a booth? That you measured a person's worth by their clothes?" The men fell silent. Their arrogance cracked under the weight of her words. The old man's eyes glistened. For the first time that morning, he lifted his head high, his pride restored by someone else's courage. Just then, the diner door opened. A man in a suit walked in, sharp tie, polished shoes, the kind of presence that turned heads. He scanned the room and spotted the old man. "Mr. Avery," he exclaimed, rushing over. The diner froze. The suited man shook the old man's hand with both of his. "I've been looking for you. I wanted to personally thank you for the mentorship you gave me years ago. I wouldn't be where I am today without you." Gasps rippled across the diner. The mockers shrank in their seats. The man in the suit turned to Emily. "And thank you for treating him with respect. Too many forget who helped pave the way for the rest of us." The diner erupted, not in laughter this time, but in applause. Customers clapped. Some stood. The old man blinked, overwhelmed. The mockers slid out of their booth, red-faced, unable to meet anyone's eyes. Their power was gone, replaced by shame. Emily leaned down to the old man. "Your coffee's on me today," she said softly. His voice cracked as he whispered back, "You've given me more than coffee. You've given me back my dignity." As the diner slowly returned to normal, the weight of the moment lingered. Emily's simple act of defiance had changed everything. She had reminded everyone watching of a truth too often forgotten. Respect isn't about clothes. It isn't about age, money, or appearances. It's about humanity. Because the people we overlook, the ones we dismiss or mock, sometimes they are the very foundation on which we stand. So the next time you see someone who seems invisible, remember this story. Remember Emily, the waitress who refused to stay silent. Remember Mr. Avery, the old man whose quiet life carried legacies no one bothered to see. And remember the men in the booth, how quickly arrogance crumbles when truth is spoken. Because in the end, dignity is not given by others. It is defended, protected, and lived.
And justice?
Justice comes when someone chooses to stand, even in the smallest of places like a diner on an ordinary morning.